Hi everybody, if you're new to my channel, I'm Lori and you're watching. Hi everybody, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite books for this year and some surprising. Now one of these I had as a favorite book of the year, but then one I had as a 5-star. If you're new to my channel, because I got new subscribers, thank you guys all that are new that subscribed since yesterday. Woohoo, thank you guys so much. But what was I gonna say? Oh, in case you guys didn't know, I got this from Beautiful Bookish Bethany, where she will talk about her favorite. She'll give her favorite books of the year a 6-star, and that's where I got mine from. So if it's a favorite of the year, I'll give it a 6. And the two that you probably already noticing, yeah. But one of these is going to be a controversial one too, because a lot of people don't like this book. And I loved it. I was going to give it 6 stars, but then I was thinking about this other one that I gave 5 stars, and I was like, well, the one I gave 5 stars to feels more like, I liked the characters more and everything, and I just was like, I think about that one more, and I'm really excited about the next book. Like, I'm still excited about the one that I was going to give a 6-star to at first. But when I was thinking about the two books, I was like, which one am I really more excited about reading when it comes out next year? And the other one was definitely it. So, yeah. And I'll show you what that one is when we get to it. And some of the surprising ones are going to be books that are in my favorite of the year. So a 6-star. And it's just surprising just because I just thought some of the other books would be like higher up in my favorites. But right now, if I had to choose what my favorite one is, it's a surprise to me. So, but you'll find all that out as we go along. But these two are both 5 stars. We'll talk about the one that was going to be a 6-star at first, and that's Infinity Son by Adam Severa. Now, I haven't read this in a while, so I don't remember all about it. I just know that the one brother, I don't remember their names anymore because, like I said, it's been a while, so it's going to have that problem with a lot of these books. But Brighton and Emil. Emil doesn't want to be a superhero, and his brother Brighton does, and it turns out that the opposite happens. Emil is the superhero and not Brighton. And stuff happens, but I know a lot of people didn't love this by Adam Severa. A lot of people, like, this was their most disappointing read. This was very surprising because I heard so many, like, people hate this book or just didn't like it that much. And I'm like, wow, like, ooh, I wonder why. But I really loved it. I thought it was very interesting. I think maybe I just love Adam Severa's writing. And I just love superhero books. And yeah, so. But the only reason why I changed my mind and gave it a 5 instead of a 6 is just because, like I said, the other one was like, yes, calling my name more. And like, when I saw the cover for this one, I was like, yay! And I just got really super excited. And I love the character friendship in this other one that I'll show you in a little bit better. But yeah, I would still give this a strong 5 stars, but just not a 6. And the next one is Crave by Tracy Wolff. This one I was so afraid to read. I gave this one 5 stars, but I was so afraid to read it because everybody was saying how much it's like Twilight. And besides, it didn't really remind me too much of Twilight. The only thing that gave me Twilight vibes, of course, is that the girl's new and the guy's a werewolf. Is a vampire, and, you know, one of the other guys is a werewolf, you know, so. And, you know, she's a new person and stuff like that from the place that goes into the town and stuff like that. And someone's trying to kill her, you know. It has those kind of vibes, but, like, to me, I like these characters more. I don't really care for Bella and Edward. I don't know why he wants to be with her, and I don't know why she wants to be with him. But with this book, I could understand why, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm not going to remember names. But I know Jackson is the guy, and the girl's name is, if I can find the girl's name. I'm trying to find the girl's name. I might have to look into the thing. But Jackson is the guy. And I really liked him. Like, he didn't feel it so stalkery like how Edward did. I'm trying to find Grace. Yeah, her name's Grace. I really like Grace. I thought that she had more of a backbone than Bella. She ain't as whiny as Bella. So yeah, I really like this one. So those are the two that aren't a 6-star, but very surprising and just really good books that I loved. So yeah. Now we'll talk about the ones that are all 6 stars. The first one, I got this one through Gabby from Gabby Reads. And that's The One by John Mayers. Oh my gosh, this is like a soap opera to me. If you like soap operas, you should like this. Oh gosh, like this is like I think it's their DNA. Like they're supposed to be matched through their DNA, and that's supposed to be their match. Like whoever matches their DNA, I guess, or something like that. And there's like different characters. There's Christopher. There's what's some of the other one? Jade. Mandy. Ellie. Nick. Like, this one was so soap opera-y, you guys. I just loved it. It just talks about the couples and who they were matched with, and were they matches? Weren't they matches? Were they good matches? Were they not good matches? I mean, oh my gosh. This thing just took you through it. Like, so soap opera-y, so juicy. Like, I loved it. I loved, like, who got paired with who, and, like, how, I mean, what their stories were. Oh, gosh, I don't want to say too much about this because I don't want to spoil it, but, oh, it is so good. It was just so surprising how much I loved it. Like, oh my gosh. Definitely one of the best books of this year so far. It could change, like I said. Because I'm trying not to have more than like 15, like narrow it down to 15. And right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 books already that I'm going to talk about that are like favorites of the year. The next one is the one that I wasn't going to, I gave 5 stars at first. And I was like, why am I giving this a 5 stars? Why? I mean, I love the characters. I love the world. I love the plot. Like, come on, sign me up. Why am I not liking? Why am I saying this is a 5 star, not a 6 star? And then I was thinking back and remembered the parts that made me happy in the book and parts that made me sad in the book and parts that pissed me off in the book. And that is Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. The Last Hours, book 1. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, you guys. I just love Cassandra Clare's relationships in these books. I just loved how, like Matthew in here, oh my gosh, he is an interesting character. I love, like, his friendship with his, I don't know how you say what they are, but Matthew, I think the other guy's name is. I like their friendship. I like Cordelia and I forget the other girl's name. And Lucy. I love their relationship and friendship. I love that we get characters from the other, from Infernal Devices in here. Like Will and Tessa and why do I always forget his name? I always forget his name, but he's one of my favorite. James. I mean, like, we get so much people from, you know. Oh, my gosh. I just love it so much. I was like, Lori, why in the hell are you trying to give it just 5 stars and not a favorite of the year? Because you know that Cassandra, that you love this world of friendship. I loved how it ended. I want so bad for James and Cordelia to get together in this book. Oh my gosh. Like, but I also like really Matthew, and I don't know. It's just one of those books I always like with The Infernal Devices. I really loved her with Will, but I really liked her with James as well. And that's how I am with this book. Like, you get torn between who you want them to be with. So yeah, definitely is a favorite of the year so far. Now we got a mystery one. That is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. This one is a ghost type story. Her aunt, I think it is, goes missing, presumed dead, and it's 2 different timelines. She goes back. The niece goes back and tries to find out what happened to her aunt, and she basically like works where her aunt worked before she disappeared. She like has some of the circumstances that happened with her aunt happens to her. It gave me chills, but it wasn't scary. But it was very good. Very, very good. But yeah, that's what it's about. Ghosty things happen. Or is it ghosty things? You will find out if you read The Sundown Motel. But be warned, it's a good book. It's very addicting. I loved it. The next one is another mystery. And that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This one boy, his brother is accused of murdering somebody, and he winds up dying, the brother, but he's still accused of it. They are not trying to, the cops think it's a closed case, and I forget her name. I tell you, I'm not good with names. Pip doesn't think the brother, Sid did it. I think that was his name was Sid. Yeah, or Sal. Yeah, Sal. Sid is. Yeah, it's Sal. I don't know why I was saying Sid, but yeah, she doesn't think that Sid did it, and she's like doing a story or a paper on it for the school. I can't remember exactly, but she does a lot of things that the cops should be doing. And the book is just very interesting. Like, I love, like, how she interviews people, and there's, like, interview things here. I love, like she writes down, like, who, like, notes, and who she thinks might be, who, all could be guilty of killing this girl. And yeah, besides Sal. But it's so good, you guys. I really loved it. Now we're getting into some romance. And that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Yes. This one is about, I forget what genre they do, but they switch genres for the summer. I mean, what happens is that the lady, I forget her name. Like I said, I suck at remembering names. January, her dad died. She finds out that he had a secret life, and she goes to the beach house because she's going to sell it because she found out that it's hers, that her dad left it to her, and she meets Augusta, I think that's his name, and they decide to switch book genres, and he's gonna write her type of book, and she's gonna write his type of book, and he takes her, like, I forget what kind he writes, but he does, like, real life stuff, like, for a cult. There's, like, a cult going on, and he takes her, like, to like, people that lost loved ones through the cult, or that were part of the cult, and then she takes him, like, to fun things, like, to the to the is it a circus or a carnival, whatever you want to say, but it's not light, you guys. Like, there's a lot of sad parts in this book, and it just, like, made my heart so sad at times, but I also really loved the 2 characters, and I was rooting for these 2 characters that they would finally have happiness in life, and it was just really good. Really, really good. Like I said, it made me cry. Now, these other three are all like, I can't decide really between what my favorite ones are yet. So I'm just going to do it in no particular order. So it's not going to be 3, 2, 1. Because I don't know how it's going to be by the end of the year. Because it could change. But right now, I'm just going to just say all three of these are definitely could be number 1. But we still got a few months to go. I mean, a while to go. So it could change. But The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This one's about this guy. He is told that he has to go and see if the carekeeper for these children is doing right by them and stuff like that. In other words, and I know I'm butchering it, but he goes there and because he's very, I forget his name, Linus. He's very, like, by the book. Like, he believes everything he hears. He believes that he should go by the book and the rules are right and stuff. And he goes to the little house and meets, like, an orphanage. And he meets the kids and he meets the guy that's taking care of them. And he, like I said, he has to go and make sure that they're safe, the kids, and he just really starts growing Linus. I just loved I just loved him and Arthur. Like, oh my gosh, the cutest romance. These two guys are like probably two of my favorite, like, guys in books. Like, because, you know, usually I read books where all the guys are a lot younger than me and stuff, because I'm gonna be 50 at the 22nd of August. So I read a lot of books like where they're teenagers or like maybe 20, 25, 30 at the most. So I love that the characters, I don't remember exactly how old they were, but they were older, and I could actually, like, say, ooh, I have a crush on them, even though, of course, you know, they wouldn't like me because they're gay, but they definitely have my heart. I love both of them, and I was rooting for them too the whole book. Like, I just love, like, the vibes that you got from them and stuff, because you knew they liked each other. And I loved what we found out about Arthur, and I loved how Linus grew. Like, oh my gosh, I just love these two. And I love the children. There's Lucifer, or the son of Lucifer. I don't know what you would call him, but I guess they call him Lucifer. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's cute, he's funny, he's sarcastic. All the kids are special, and yeah, it's just a good book, and it just made my heart so happy, and I cried a little bit in the book, and most of it was good crying, just because I loved Arthur and Linus so much, and I loved the children so much, and yeah, it is just so awesome. Oh, I love it, I love it. I definitely recommend this book. Definitely recommend. And then we got to talk about House of Earth and Blood, Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. You guys know I'm trash for Sarah J. Maas, especially the Throne of Glass, if I can talk, series. But I think this one might be my favorite book by her so far. This book is so sad, so awesome. So it makes me happy sometimes. It made me cry at times. I wanted, it's not a spoiler because you already know that her best friend died, and I don't want her best friend to be dead. I want her best friend to be alive, gosh darn it. Why did they have to kill her off? Why? I loved the characters. I don't know why I can never remember names, but I suck at it. But I love Bryce. I know her name is Bryce, and I think his name is, I forget. Yeah, I like them too, but I always forget names. I suck at it. I don't even think they say his name on here. Oh, Hunter. Hunt. I just love him. And oh my gosh, so much happens in this book. Like, oh my gosh, so much happens. And I know a lot of people thought it was slow and didn't like it very much, but oh my gosh, I love the whole book. I want to reread it now. Like, it is so good. Like, I just love Sarah J. Maas. Like, oh my gosh. As you guys know, I'm not as big in her A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I do still like it. I don't have any of them anymore. But I do have all of the Throne of Glass ones besides the novella. But this book, what happens in this book, how it ends, some of the people in this book, or I don't know, what do you call them? Would you call them people? Yeah, they're people. I don't know what I'm thinking. But some of the, oh gosh, I forget what she is. She's a Kelpie? Kelpie? Is she a Kelpie? I forget what she is. But one of Bryce's friends that later on in the book. Oh my gosh, this character I just loved. Like, oh my gosh. And what this character does makes me sad. I don't want to say too much because of spoilers, but oh my gosh. This took me through the ringer when you found out about Hunt and what all he's gone through in his life. There's so much stuff that he goes through in this book that, oh my gosh, it made me cringe and cry and want to just reach out and give him a big hug. And there's parts in here that he pisses you off though, because it's something that you find out about him. But still, I loved him so much, and I understood kind of why he was doing certain things that he did in the book. And Bryce, at first, you know, I didn't know about Bryce if I liked her or not, but as the book goes on, like, I really start feeling her pain. I know some people said that they didn't like feel her pain and stuff, that they didn't think that she reacted, what's that word? Like the way they would react if their best friend was murdered. But I thought she was like in grief and stuff, and and you don't know how you're going to handle it really. Everybody handles death differently, I should say. And some people like cry, and you know, some people hold it in, and some people want to kill other people after someone they love was killed or something. But you never know how a person's going to react, you know? Like, some people just can't show their feelings as well as other people. And it happens. It's life. And I feel like Sarah J. Maas does that really well, that some characters, she makes you know that they're pissed off when someone dies. And some people get depressed, and some people act certain ways that they normally wouldn't act. You don't know. And that's what I love about Sarah J. Maas, is that you never know how her characters are going to feel about certain things that go down in the book. And yeah, it's realistic to me. So I loved it. And the last one, and another surprising one, just because I'm not a huge contemporary fan, but definitely Felix Ever After by Case and Callender. Oh my gosh. I love Felix so much. And when this person, like, his dead name, like, resurface his dead name, and this person starts, like calling him and being, like, really mean to him and stuff. Oh my gosh. It broke my heart the way that Felix was treated. And yeah, it just hurt my heart so bad, you guys. Like, I just love Felix so much, and whenever he was hurting, I would hurt, and I would want to cry, and I did have tears in my eyes, and I just loved like how the characters talked. Like, you know, some people took one what's that word? Like one I don't know what it's called, like one side of the argument, and some people took the other side. I don't know what the right word is that I'm trying to say. But and Felix did some stupid things in this book, but it's also things that I think a lot of people would do that's when they're hurted so bad and they just want to lash out. And yeah, he did some stupid things. And because of that, something happens that might have turned out differently if he would have been honest to something that he did. But, you know, things happen. Sometimes even the best of people can screw up, you know, and as long as they learn from that mistake and they grow, then, you know, sometimes you got to, like, try to, you know, understand them. Unless it's something really bad that they did, you know, that's different. But what he did, it just was more messed up trust-wise. That's all I'm going to say. But he grew. He knew that he shouldn't have done, or he should have handled it differently. And yeah. And I just loved his friendship. I mean, his relationship with both of these guys. Because there was like a triangle. Like a love triangle. He wasn't sure who he wanted to be with, Felix. And yeah. And I really liked both of the guys that he was feeling, you know, that he wanted to be with. And at first, I was rooting for one more than the other. And then I was like, you know what? I really liked the other person. And I was so torn. I'm kind of glad he got with the person he did. But yet, in another way, I wish, in a way, just for, like, shock value, that he would have got with the other person, I guess I could say. But other than that, this book is definitely worth the read, you guys. There's so much tough topics going on in this book. Like, it just, like, pulls at your heartstring. And Felix and the other two guys will definitely make you feel things. That's all I'm going to say. And you're going to be pissed off at the jerk that is doing this to Felix. And, yeah. It's definitely going to tug at your heartstrings, you guys. Definitely going to be a favorite of the year. I could see this at least being in my top 5, you guys. Unless something really changes. Yeah. So though there are the books that really, some surprised me. Some just, I knew I was going to love. 2 that switched in ratings. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know some of your favorite books of the year, least favorite books of the year. Maybe I will see if I can find some books that are my least favorite and show a video for that. But I don't know, because I only really had like 2 or 3 books that really disappointed me this year. That was it. So I don't know what I would do. Maybe later in the year I'll do that when I've read some more books. We'll see if any more, you know, pisses me off or anything. But right now I don't have enough, so yeah. But let me know, like I said, and let me know if you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Again, thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope everybody has a great Friday, a great weekend, and I'm sorry this video is so long, but you guys know me. I love to jabber, jabber, jabber. But I will talk to you guys in the next video. Remember again, if you liked it, thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. Be part of my family. I would love to have you guys aboard. And remember, if you do subscribe, to hit that bell icon so you'll know whenever a video like this is up for your viewing pleasure. And I'll be back later with another video.